Hi there, I'm your math help tutor, and today we are going to learn about a multiplication technique which uses hand multiplication so that you can easily multiply numbers from 6 to 10, which are usual multiplication operations when using the standard algorithm. So to use this technique, all we have to do is arrange our hands like this, with our palms facing us. The pinky fingers have to be at the bottom, while the thumbs are at the top. Next, we assign numbers 6 to 10 to each of our fingers, starting from our pinky finger up to the thumb. So the pinky or little finger is number 6, the ring finger is number 7, the middle finger is number 8, the pointing or index finger is number 9, and the thumb is number 10. So whenever we want to multiply numbers from 6 to 10, we just join each of the fingers with the assigned numbers together. So here we are doing 7 times 8. Now, to know the answer to 7 times 8, we can count the number of fingers touching together with those below them. And then we count by tens. So in this case, we have 2 fingers touching plus 3 fingers below them. That's 2 fingers touching and then 3 fingers below them. This is 3, 4, and 5. After that, we count by tens. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So for 7 times 8, we have 50 plus... Next, we count the number of fingers on each hand above the touching fingers. Here you can see that we have 3 on one hand and 2 on the other hand. Next is we multiply those numbers. So since we have 3 fingers on this hand above the fingers that are touching, that's 3. And on this hand, we have 2 fingers above the fingers that are touching, we have 2. So that's 3 times 2, which is 6. So we add that to the fingers that we counted in tens. So that's plus 6. So to get the answer for 7 times 8, we have 50 plus 6 or 56. Here in this example, we have 9 times 8. So what we do is we put together the index finger and the middle finger and count those fingers and those fingers below them by 10. So we have 7 fingers, and counting by 10, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So that's 70. Next, we count the fingers on each hand above those touching, and then we multiply them. So on one hand, we only have 1 finger above the fingers that are touching, and then on the other hand, we have 2 fingers above the fingers that are touching. So that is 1 times 2, which is equal to 2. And we add this number here. So 9 times 8 is 70 plus 2, which is 72. Let's now try 8 times 8. So what we do is we join together both the middle fingers since their assigned numbers are 8. Counting the touching fingers and those below it by 10, we get 6 fingers. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So we have 60. After that, we count the fingers above the touching fingers per hand. So on this hand, we have 2 fingers above the fingers that are touching, 2, and then in this hand, we also have 2 fingers above the fingers that are touching. That is 2. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4. And we add that over here. So we now know that 8 times 8 is 64. Let's now try 9 times 9. So for 9 times 9, what we do is we touch both the index fingers or the pointing fingers since their assigned numbers are 9. So assigned number for the pinky finger is 6, the ring finger is 7, the middle finger is 8, and the pointing finger or the index finger is 9. So that's the same thing for the other hand. So these fingers should be touching. Next, we count the fingers that are touching and those fingers below it, and then we count by 10. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. So we write 80 here, and then we count the fingers above the fingers that are touching. So on this hand, we only have 1 finger above the fingers that are touching, and then on this hand, same thing. We only have 1 finger above the fingers that are touching each other. So that gives us 1 times 1, which is equal to 1. So now we know that 9 times 9 is equal to 81. Let's now try 6 times 6. So what we do is we join both the pinky fingers or the small fingers since their assigned number is 6. And then we count the number of fingers touching and the fingers below them. So in this case, we only have 2 fingers touching and no fingers below them. So we only have 2 fingers and we count by 10. So this is 10 and 20. So we put 20 plus, we count the number of fingers above the fingers that are touching, and then we multiply them. So on this hand, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fingers above the fingers that are touching. And that is the same for the other hand. We have 4 fingers above the fingers that are touching. We multiply those two together and we get 16. So we add 16 over here, and we now know that 6 times 6 is equal to 36. Let's now try 10 times 10. So what we do is we join the fingers that are assigned the numbers 10 and 10. So the pinky finger is assigned the number 6, the ring finger is 7, middle finger is 8, the index finger is 9, and the thumb has the number 10. And that's the same thing for the other hand. So we join these fingers together, and then we count all the fingers that are touching and the fingers below them. And then we count by 10. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So for 10 times 10 is equal to 100 plus, and then we count the fingers above the fingers that are touching, and since there are no other fingers left after the thumb, so that is 0. So now we know that 10 times 10 is equal to 100. Now let's review what we have learned. You can pause the video if you need more time to answer the questions. Let's begin. Use the hand technique to multiply 7 times 7. The answer is 49. So how did we come up with that answer using the hand technique? So what we do is we put together the fingers that are assigned the numbers 7 and 7. So in this case, both the ring fingers. Next, we count the number of fingers that are touching and the fingers below them. And then we count by tens. So we have 4 fingers that are touching and below those fingers that are touching, and then we count by 10. So that's 10, 20, 30, and 40. So 7 times 7 is equal to 40 plus, we count the number of fingers above those that are touching each other. In this hand, we have 3 fingers. And then on the other hand, we also have 3 fingers above the fingers that are touching. So that's 3 as well. And 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Adding those numbers together, we get 49. Use the hand technique to multiply 8 times 10. The answer is 80. So how did we come up with this answer? What we do is we touch the fingers that are assigned the numbers 8 and 10. So that will be this finger and this finger. Let's draw a line and assume that these fingers are touching already. Next, we count the number of fingers that are touching and the fingers below them. And then we count by tens. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So 8 times 10 is equal to 80 plus. Next, we count the number of fingers above the fingers that are touching. So for this hand, we have 2 times, and then for this hand, we have no fingers left after the thumb. So that is 0 for no more fingers left. So 2 times 0 is 0, which gives us 80. And that is the answer. And that's it for now. Remember to keep on practicing your math skills with our sample exercises and workbooks. See you then. Visit mathhelptutor.com to improve your math skills and your math test scores today. You can do this through your unlimited access to all our math lessons, practice quizzes, and workbooks. You can also schedule a one-on-one tutorial session with us today. Check out the links below this video to see how you can support us if you found this video helpful. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video and this channel to your friends and family who might need this. See you soon!